Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today I want to test out these new pens that I just purchased. So I just got these at my local grocery store actually. I was not there to look at pens, but I noticed it as I was passing by, and I don't see Frixions a lot where I live, so I wanted to try them out. Excuse me. So I don't know that I've heard of these. I think my sister-in-law might have them, but I'm not too sure. So I'm curious. So these are the Frixion ball or ball Frixion ColorSticks. So that made me think it might be a ballpoint pen, but then here it says it's a fine tip, so 0.7 millimeter tip, and then it says assorted gel ink. So is it a gel pen? Is it a ballpoint? I'm not sure, but it is a Frixion pen, so it's erasable. So it's a 5-pack. It's by Pilot. It says write smooth, erases clean, and then this is the description in the back. So let me just open it up, and then we can see how they write. So I think I only have, what do I have that's Frixion? I think I might have just one like Frixion pen. Do I even have a Frixion pen? I don't even know. Maybe I don't have a Frixion pen. What I do have are Frixion highlighters. Maybe I'll show those to you too. I'm like making a mess with this. So these are the pens, 5 colors, some pretty colors actually. So those are the pens. And so you get a green, a blue, a purple. I'm guessing this is a pink, although it's like a purpley pink. I don't know, magenta or something. And then orange. I don't trust the orange pen. Do you guys have that same experience with orange pens where they tend not to work? It's like no matter the brand, I think I've only found 1, maybe 2 orange pens that actually write well, where you can see the ink flows out freely. But for some reason, orange is just not a good color for pens. I don't know, maybe there's something with the formula in ink and it just doesn't write well, because I've had so many orange pens that end up being duds, like they just don't write well. So I think the Papermate Inkjoy Gel might be the only like orange pen so far that I found that has really worked well. So I just got my Lamy notebook. I have a video of a flip through, sort of an unboxing of this notebook from a few months ago. I started it off as actually maybe I'll use this page. I was just practicing there. But I started it off as a sort of bullet journal. So I was creating like a planner system with it. I did it for maybe 2.5 months and then kind of stopped. So I'm still trying to figure out how I'm gonna reinvigorate this journal and start using it again. But for now, let's just use it as a test page for these pens. So I guess we'll just go in order, and I'm gonna grab the green pen. So don't mind my band-aid, if you can even see it. Yeah, you can. I burned myself making spaghetti sauce the other day. It like popped up as I was stirring and boop, just gave me like a gnarly little burn there. So I just put a band-aid on it just to, be a little easier on the eyes. So, okay, let's see. This is the Pilot Frixion ball. Okay. So I don't know. Let's see. I mean, I guess I gotta get the ink going a little. Pilot Frixion. Am I spelling Frixion correctly? Ball? Or I don't know if it's ball Frixion. Okay. Okay, it's better when I do that. I don't know, can you see? So it's kind of confusing. I feel like the tip reminds me of a ballpoint. And then as I was writing, I couldn't tell at the beginning. I'm like, is this a ballpoint or is it a gel pen? But I'm pretty sure it's gel pen, like just the way the ink was flowing eventually. But you know what? I think I need more of a test. So I'm going to do it one more time because I needed to give it some time to come out. So it was better the second time, but I am seeing, and I don't know if you can see that, there is some skipping, if that's what it's called. You know, it's not like a solid line throughout. You do see some white in between the letters. And then this is the eraser tip. So let's just try erasing. Let me just erase the squiggly line. I'll erase the first one I did. Oh, so like I said, I don't have any Frixion pen. So this is actually my first time trying it out as far as the erasing goes. It's not like super clean. I'm rubbing pretty hard, but maybe I'm just not doing this well. Okay, as I go over it a second time, it's getting off more. So if you're not familiar, from what I understand, you know, I'm not actually like creating any eraser shavings or whatever you get when you're erasing with a pen, like a pencil. What it is it's like a thermal, it's an ink that's affected by temperature. So it's the friction from rubbing with this rubber eraser that is actually erasing the ink. It's not really like, you know, a pencil where the ink is at, the mark is coming off because the eraser is actually rubbing it off. So it's not perfect, but you know, again, it might be, maybe I really need to put pressure. Oh, there we go. Okay, that's much better. Okay. It goes off eventually, but there is a little bit of marks left over, but I don't know, maybe I really need to go over it. See, as I go over it, more and more it comes off, so. Oh, okay, now it's pretty clean. So there we go. Yeah, it's virtually gone. So, yeah, so far, it's pretty decent, but let's try the other colors. Now I'm gonna assume, so let me do this squiggly line first to sort of get the ball rolling. Pilot, am I too close? Let's bring you out a little bit more. Pilot, Frixion. Oh. Or actually I should call it Pilot Frixion ColorSticks maybe, because I guess that's what they're called. So, okay baby, that's my daughter. So the blue definitely was a little bit better, but there is still some of that skipping going on, but it's not bad. I may as well just do every color twice. I won't erase again because you get the picture, and I'm sure the erasers work just the same. So that's the blue. Oops, do this thing first. Definitely some skipping. Or is that what skipping is called? When you see like the white, and so look at that L. You see there's like a white line in the middle of it. I don't know if that's called skipping, but that's what the pen is doing. It's not bad, but you know, I have so many gel pens that, and some that are really, really good quality. So this is definitely not at the top of the list as far as quality goes, but it's a decent pen, and it's not bad. It's just not the best. Oh, I kind of like that color. It matches that color, but look at that. So you see the tip? I open it and it was like that. There's like a glob of ink right at the tip there, which is a little troubling because sometimes like you get a bad pen, like you buy it and it's already like bad. So hopefully this is not what that is, but I do like the color and it reminds me of the color, can't even see, reminds me of the color at the top there. That I wrote with a, what did I write it with? Marvy Cheetah brush pen. Pilot Frixion. I feel like this is, no, I don't know. Maybe I'm speaking too soon. No, there's still the skipping. It just feels like the ink is flowing out a little bit better, but I still see the skipping. If you can see it. But it's not, I feel like it's not as bad as maybe the other colors were. But you know what? Actually, now that I'm looking at it on the phone, it is pretty bad. I don't want to say it's a bad pen, but it's not like the best pen. Okay, moment of truth, orange. Let's see. Ah! I might like this orange pen just because it actually is working somewhat. Oh, well. I mean, it is. You know, I've had very bad experiences with orange pens in the past. So this one is actually pretty decent. It's you know, quality wise, or the color wise flow, it's pretty consistent with the other colors, which is good for an orange pen. So that is my little test. The verdict is it's not horrible, but it's also not like great, because let me see, what's a good pen that I have? Well, let's just compare the Papermate Inkjoy purple, which is probably not fair because I feel like purple pens tend to be the best color whenever you buy a set of pens. For some reason, the purple ink is pretty saturated, pretty good quality, but then see, not here in the Pilot, so in the Frixion. So let's try the Papermate Inkjoy. So as I say that, of course it doesn't, but let me give it, there we go. It didn't like, it wasn't well there. It's also been kind of sitting in my, oh, why am I writing Pilot? I'm wrong. Papermate. Papermate Inkjoy gel. But okay, so excuse the flub ups there, but definitely, so it took a while for the ink to start really flowing, but once it did, look at that compared to that purple. So much more saturated. You don't see the whites in between the letters. You know, in the beginning it was skipping a little, but it just needed time for the ink to sort of warm up. But here, I mean, maybe if I just keep writing and writing and writing, but I don't think so. I think it's going to stay that way. So, you know, I'm still going to use it because whatever, and it's erasable, so that's good. But yeah, and maybe it's the fact that it's erasable. Maybe just the formula of the ink is not meant to be like super saturated, because if you need to erase, it'll probably be a lot harder to erase something that's so, you know, saturated like that one is. So that's the only thing I could think of. But that's my little review of these pens, if you could call that a review. They're decent. They erase, and they erase pretty cleanly eventually. It kind of took me a while. I don't know how it works on other different kinds of paper, but the colors are nice. The orange actually works, but they all sort of consistently have skipping, which, you know, if you don't care so much about that, then, and you want the erasable part of it, then I guess I don't really have other erasable pens to compare it to, but I guess it's a decent pen. But yeah, that's about it. Thanks so much for watching. Have a good day. Till the next video. Bye.